So we are week 5, going into week 5 of our 6-week no food fast. And like everyone who's been watching these few weeks, we've been doing 2 videos a week. And so I thought I'll do this on Wednesday because I started on a Wednesday. So now we are 29th day of no solid food. And so what does that look like? That looks like juices, waters. Some days that I'm dry fasting, some days I'm water fasting. Most of the days I'm having juice still, and maybe occasionally broth, depending on what I feel like, really. But the idea is to, well, I just decided one day, like on the drive back from Manchester when I was seeing family, that it'd be really fun just to give up food for Lent. Let's just do a semi-Jesus, give up food for Lent, see what happens. Semi-Jesus. Technical term. And just kind of like see what my body does, because I really wanted to also discover and play with the idea that food is an addiction rather than a need. So if food's an addiction, then we're in a codependency. And then if we can really look at cravings, instead of them being actual like, oh, your body needs this food, what if they are the language of the parasites that live in us? What if they are addiction instead? Because it's very similar responses to if you're addicted to drugs, drink, anything really. So I thought it'd be really fun to do a video with my gorgeous friend from Soulful Coaching UK, which is Emma, who's holding the phone right now, who's
Hello.
recording.
I'm the camera lady.
Emma, the camera lady, she's amazing. If any of you have seen our collaborations or her videos, she's just phenomenal. She's got a tarot course out right now, by the way, which if you're into
Shameless
tarot,
plug.
shameless plug, absolutely. I will always support my friends when they're doing amazing stuff, because that's what she does. But yeah, I just thought it'd be really, really fun to see if Emma probably doesn't have any questions. But
Well, I do actually.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay.
I do.
So I thought it'd be really fun just to do a little video about that.
Yeah, because I think it's quite a hard concept for people to grasp as well, like because you think you're depriving yourself, or you think you're going to be ill or lightheaded, or that, you know, if you don't eat at least 1 meal a day, then it's going to affect you negatively, like your cognitive function. Are you able to train and function as normal? How are your energy levels?
Fair comment.
And is there a fluctuation, you know, the longer you do it? Is it worse at the beginning?
It is absolutely worse at the beginning. So it's worse at the beginning, and then once you get past a few days, your cravings kind of dissipate anyway. And then you're just in mental pattern, mental habit. So it's like sometimes I'll just kind of forget that I'm not eating, and then someone will be like, there'll be like a biscuit on the side or a banana on the side or something like that, and then I'm like, oh no, wait, I'm not doing that right now. But energy levels are really good. And this is one of the things that I think is so interesting for people, is because we're so conditioned. Right? We're so conditioned to think that we need 3 meals a day, it needs to be this percentage, this, and this, we can't get it from anywhere else, blah, 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 blah. But actually, no one who is saying that has ever gone through a long fast. And most people that have fasted have done it from a place of trying to starve or deplete themselves, and have done it for the wrong reasons. So if you're doing it because you don't like your body, if you're doing it because you're trying to change something because you have distaste for it or dislike for it, that's not good. Like, the idea is that the body can function off multiple sources of nutrition. It can. It's like a hybrid body. We are solar powered. So whilst I'm doing this, I'm doing Qigong, I'm doing meditation, I'm keeping my body moving, and that is so important. But once the intestines clear out as much as they can, your energy levels get higher and higher and higher and higher. And so, like Emma just asked, are you still training, and what are you doing with that? And I'm like, yeah, I'm still going to training like 3, 4, 5 times a week, depending on how many training sessions there are and whether I'm self-training. And I don't know, have you seen me train, Emma, while I've been fasting?
Yes, yeah, we kickboxed together, didn't we? And I have noticed no difference. In fact, you seem a little bit bouncier than normal. But
she bounces now.
But I suppose that makes a lot of sense, because if your body is using its energy to constantly digest, and you know, all your organs are using vital energy to digest all the time, constantly, once it's not having to do that, then I suppose your energy levels must increase, because you've got more energy to more output.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, the body, like the energy that the body has, 80% of it is spent on digestion, thereabouts. So if you think that, okay, now 80% of your energy isn't going on digesting whatever you're consuming, like 3 times a day, plus whatever's still left in your intestines. Like, my intestines are still releasing stuff 5 weeks in. How much do you think we have in there? We've got like 30 meters of intestines to clear out, and there's so much stuff in there that's not necessary.
Yeah, it's so fascinating. So I did like a 7-day juice one a few years ago, and so I know we've spoken about this before, and it is so fascinating how programming comes into it. We're just conditioned and programmed that we have to have 3 meals a day, when, you know, we would have never have had 3 meals a day years ago. Our ancestors would have never had 3 meals a day. They would have been lucky to have had 1 big meal a day. So it is societal conditioning that we're supposed to have breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Society of convenience, isn't it? Everything's so accessible.
And that, you know, that if you don't eat at regular intervals or have these 3 meals a day, then you know, you're going to be impacted, that your health's going to be impacted. But actually there's so many benefits to fasting. But it's incredible that you've done it for this amount of time, and I just think it's inspirational.
Oh, bless you.
I'm not sure I'm going to attempt to do longer than a 7-day, but I might work my way up to that.
Yeah.
What else?
You don't jump straight into it as well. It's like I've been doing breatharian stuff for like 3 and a bit years, 4 years now. So it's like you develop your will and your trust with your body, don't you, over time?
Yeah. I wonder as well, just quickly, before we get to our destination, about parasites as well. And I was talking to a friend about parasite cleanse, and you mentioned before that actually it might not be our body that we are feeding.
Exactly, and it's a
the craving. I mean,
I mean, and they do live synergistically within us, you know, symbiotically within us, and there is a codependency there. Like, they require us to eat to survive, and it's kind of like they do, like we spoke about this on a couple of other videos, where they do make the body, like they do shoot neurochemical responses and invoke neurochemical biochemical responses through us to make us eat. They have control over the nervous system, the parasites. And so, like, so many of us, when we want to do something like, oh, I can't do that, well, you can't do that because you've never took control of your nervous system. Quite frankly, like, none of us have ever really done that, and we don't have the wisdom, the education. There are so many studies and scientific medical studies out there that will validate everything that I'm doing, everything that I'm saying, but it's not mainstream, especially in the West. And I love what, Emma, you were saying just a moment ago, where you know, where most people would just be like, why would you fast? What are the health benefits? But actually, this is the ultimate way of actually healing your body, because the body can't heal. The body gets illness when it's in an acidic state, right? It's in an acidic state because of all the toxic stuff that we put into it, right? And the first level of that is physical ingestion, right? And then it's like emotional, mental, la la la. But if you're really cautious and careful and just mindful, really, about the frequency of vibration and what it's actually doing to whatever you're putting in your body, as soon as our body starts to become alkaline, there is no condition in that. Inflammation dips down. Without inflammation, you have illness, right? So there are, and I've spoke about this on the breatharian fasting videos that I've done, when I've done longer dry fasts, where there are facilities around the world where if you've got terminal illnesses, you can go there and they'll put you on a 9-day or a 20-day dry fast.
I've seen the Garrison Institute do something like that, don't they? So
and it's like, and we waste so much money and time and energy on keeping people sick through allopathic medicine, when really, if you just had the determination, willpower and trust with your own body to fast and to actually do it with some support as well, you know, then guess what? You're going to live a very strong and healthy life. Very mindful, very connected life.
And I think that support element that you've mentioned is important as well, because it might feel really daunting, and I suppose we're just so used to the act of unconscious eating all the time that we don't actually stop to think and listen to our bodies. Are we actually hungry? Are we just thirsty? Is it something else that we need? So absolutely fascinating. Thank you for sharing.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much for being in the conversation with me. We are nearly there, so we're going to hang this up, but we love you so much, and I'll see you maybe at the weekend for another video.
Bye.
Mwah.